Hello, winners, and welcome to Two for the Win with your hosts, Nick and Will. Have you wondered about what are really some of the cruise lines I should do instead of just being swept up in the ones that are advertised on TV? Well, you're about to get the unvarnished, no skinny, no fluff assessment from our very own Nick Menard and I. But before we do, please be sure to subscribe, share, and follow Two for the Win on your favorite platform. And want to give a shout out to Nick Menard and Associates with Dream Vacations for sponsoring today's episode. Thank you, Nick Menard.
You're very welcome. Hello, winners. Happy Wednesday.
Here we go. We're wanderlusting, and we're going to wanderlust our way into looking behind the curtains at these cruise lines. So I know when we were chatting briefly about this, you were pretty passionate about people have to look beyond just the ones they see on TV. So I don't want to steal your thunder. Why don't you go ahead and lay down the foundation of what we're going to chat about today with our winners.
Now you said it all, so we can stop. That was great.
We're done.
We're done. No, but the reason why I was thinking about this is since last weekend to today, it's like nonstop. I hear people or I see people on Facebook, social media. We know the typical hey, I never been on cruise, or I've been in one time in my life. I would like to try another one. Which one? And you see all those comments coming up. Oh, Royal is the best. Norwegian is the best. MSC is the best. And it's always like I'm like gritch like on my hands because I'm like, oh, they don't understand. Like this is not the way it works. It's not like this cruise line is the best. First of all, every cruise line have different ships, and the ships are different. They may be great for something and not good for something else. And they may be great for some type of vacation or some type of people who go on vacation and not for others. Be great for families, not for couples or for single, So it's very different, the way to look at it. So we should never say, okay, this is the cruise line that is the best, because you need to learn. That's why it's important to have a travel agent who can actually guide you through those steps and understand. Also, you hear all the time the same 6 brands. And then when I share, there are more than 30 brands. And so, huh? No, I never heard. Yes, it's because you just look at what you see on TV or what the big commercial marketing stuff. And usually those are the lowest quality of cruise line, because those higher quality, people who actually travel a lot, they know them. And they don't need to advertise as much as the other one. And don't forget, who pays for advertisement? You pay for the advertisement. Yeah. Because that's why those prices are so inflated. One is that, and secondly is because supply and demand. The demand is so much higher than the supply. And that's the reason why those pricing, when people say, oh my God, cruising is expensive. First of all, when you analyze, it's really not more expensive than all-inclusive. But it's true, it's going up because they always sold out. So they can really inflate. And that's why they're building more and more ships. That's why you see every 2-3 months a new ship coming on the fleet, because they need to build more in ocean cruising, in river cruising. So there are a lot of things to think about before starting your research.
I totally agree. And I think, people judge things differently. Like for me, I think the best cruise line is anyone that serves the honeycomb drink that we like so much. I would say that's the best cruise line, but that's not really a very good criteria to use.
For some people it is. And again, a lot of people always said Carnival is bad. And I personally, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not the one that I would go myself. But for certain people, it's amazing. When you have a few days to do a cruise, when you have some 16 to 20 years old children, that's perfect, because all you need is cheap beer, cheap vodka, and music all day, all night long. And that's a party ship, and it's okay. So you cannot say it's bad. It's just not the best for some other kind of travelers, sailors. Yeah, so that's the way to analyze. But I'm happy to go by tier, and so people can understand a little bit how to look at tiers. But even within tiers, you can have very high level, luxurious kind of clients who would love a brand new sailing with MSC or with Royal Caribbean, because that's a brand new ship and they like things shiny. and they like to afford themselves for, like a penthouse suite will be cheaper for some brands like that than a normal balcony in more luxurious brands. So it depends a little bit. So we cannot close the door to anything. And that's something I made mistakes 2-3 years ago when I started, where I was like categorizing those cruise line. I'm like, I would never suggest that for those kind of people. While you never know. That's why you need to ask more questions.
No, that's a great point. And you can use that in the travel industry. You can use that a lot. It's like know your client and really understand what they're looking for, and then make the recommendations based on that. But so where would you want to start? Bottom up or top down when you're talking about the tiers?
I like bottom up.
Has nothing to do with drinking, right? You're just talking about the tiers.
I leave
right?
it open for winners.
Hopefully, most people are just listening to this and not looking at the video and seeing my face. But yeah, let's start with bottom up.
All right. So, I explained already. Bottom doesn't mean the worst. It can be the best for some other one. First of all, let's talk about in a second. Margaritaville cruise. It's not an official cruise line in the travel world. Okay, it's a quick 2 nights getaway. To have fun on an island, drink and party, but it's not considered like a cruise line when you look at cruise lines in the travel world, okay? So the first steps, I would say, so you have Carnival, MSC, Royal, Norwegian. That would be for me the base. You have a bunch of other ones like Costa and others like that, but those are probably those that majority of people, 90% of the people will not even think about. But those are the main first step in cruising, all right? I would maybe put Carnival and MSC first and then Royal and Norwegian second. But MSC, like I mentioned already in previous episodes, MSC are the number one cruise line brands in the world. They're just not as known or as used in the United States yet. But they are growing. They're bringing ships here, like the World America, the brand new from this year. They're just opening more port of departure ports in the United States, and next year even more, the year after even more. So you already see that the pattern. They're gonna take over the US with the new ships and the new itineraries and things like that. They have a brand new terminal that they just built in Miami. That's gorgeous terminal. More to come. We'll explain more about that in one of the future episodes when I'm going myself on a cruise from that terminal in a month or two. So that's very the basic. Now, like I mentioned, those ships, you have some who may fit better for certain part of the world and some fit better for other part of the world. Some fit well for shorter cruises, some better for longer cruises. So it all depends. Some better for families, some better for couples, for example. So always good to ask question about the why, the how, and we can go from there. So that would be the first tier. Anything, I know you sailed on the majority of those yourself. Anything you want to add on this?
Yeah, I haven't been on MSC, but my oldest son has. And yeah, let's just say he was up till 4 a.m. and they were drinking and shouting. And so I pity those who maybe had cabins next to him. Carnival, I haven't gone on since late 90s, maybe early 2000s. Like it's been a long time. Just because for what you said, like at the time when I was younger, it was more economical and affordable and I wanted the experience. So I did it. As I got older, I wanted a different experience. And, well, you know me, I still like to party, but it's like a different way of partying, different type of circle to do it. But I will say when my boys were smaller, we did enjoy Norwegian a lot because they had the SpongeBob theme. And so they liked that. They had those characters, and that was cool, and it was fun for kids of that age. I will say I've done Royal more recently, and I like it. You know, it's kind of like I don't know what's a good example to use. Like if you have a certain restaurant you like, it's not 5-star, but it's also not fast food. It's like family style. I would say Royal is like the TGI Fridays of cruises. So there we go. You like some Southwestern egg rolls, you want some decent wings, good atmosphere, you know the kind of service you're going to get. That's Royal.
Here we go. No, I
I'm
like that. I like that. I heard.
person would make that equation, but that's how I equate it.
I like it. I heard earlier from someone actually on the phone who said Carnival is the Spirit Airlines of cruise
Yeah.
lines. So hey, I love comparison. It's very
Carnival
good.
is Waffle House.
It's
To
oh
use the
my god.
restaurant example. At 3 a.m., you want to be there, but normally you don't. And
There
you
we go.
pay the price either way.
No, please comment on this, and if you disagree, let us know because we are open for any kind of comments,
And not that I
coming
want
from
to
our
throw
listeners.
shade on any cruise thing, but just look at Carnival in the Netflix documentary recently, and that there
Yeah,
you
we need
go.
to pay attention about Netflix documentary because I love Netflix. I watch them all, but I mean, yeah. Right now, it's a little bit brutal what they said, and it makes me laugh a little bit when I see some stuff. But hey, it is what it is. Um, anyway, so this would be for me the first step into cruising. Then you have for me what I call the tier two. They are named specific name for each one, but I prefer to go by tier because that's gonna be easier for people. So the next tier, it's princess. I would put Holland America there, celebrity, Virgin Voyages, those kinds. So that's where I would put the next tier of cruise lines. So that's a tier that it's still affordable for most people, but they're a little bit more expensive than the first tier, depending, but majority of the time it's a little bit more expensive. And I would put those for different location in the world. So, for example, Princess Alaska. That's the number one brand for me that I sell for Alaska, for example. Why? Because they have their ships who are made for Alaska. They were the first to go there. They have their lodges. They are the only one who have actually lodges that they own in Alaska to do their cruise tour. So it means you do a cruise, then you do a tour. You start with a tour, then you do the cruise. You experience the Alaska, the real Alaska, not only the port. Okay, so Princess, I would do that. I would personally, but they are there, but I would personally not push for one if someone wants to go to the Caribbean, even though they sail in Caribbean, of course, but I would probably stay away from them when it comes to the Caribbean, just because of the style. I would put for the same price range another cruise line in front of them. All right. So that's what I would say. For celebrity, Mediterranean, fantastic. I love it there. I mean, Caribbean as well. I love celebrity. That's one of my favorites. Quick getaway cruise line for a week. I love them very much. Virgin, we talk about it. Adult only. That alone makes me happy. But no drink packages. Love kids, but not on vacation. Drink
Yeah.
packages. They don't have that. So if you are a heavy drinker, you can take bar tap, and you hire the bar tap, who more free additional bar tap you get from Virgin, but you cannot go all in like you can do with other cruise line when you take a drink package, for example. So something to take into consideration if you're gonna drink like 20 beers and wine and stuff like that. That's gonna be more expensive for you. But kitchen, I mean, for the food wise, Virgin for me, from all those that I just mentioned, for me they are number one. For all the category I mentioned so far, for me, Virgin number one, number two, I would put celebrity there. So that's
Yeah.
just my opinion. I don't say opinion from everybody, but that's my opinion based on my own experience and based on the feedback from numerous clients the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So this is the tier. Those are usually those that people know very well. Holland's maybe not everybody. Holland America, it's a cruise line that is more for retirees. I've been on it. It's a slower pace. It's more time at the restaurant. The casino, it's a little bit different as well than if you used to do a Royal Caribbean, for example, which bigger casino and very, very busy at night. That's a little bit different with Holland America. So the activities to do and the entertainment will be targeted for retirees as well. So it's more like piano bar, jazz, things like that. So it's more slow pace, and it just target a different kind of
At least you didn't
demographic.
say shuffleboard.
Well, I'm pretty sure they do. Hey, you need to have something for everyone. That's my
You do.
philosophy. And that's
Absolutely.
and that's great. So Holland is great for that. I have also like clients who love Holland because they have great itineraries when it comes to world tours. So I
Oh,
booked one very recently from Tokyo to Fort Lauderdale, 35 days. So it's, client fly to Tokyo, stay a few days, then sail from Tokyo to Fort Lauderdale back home. So 35 days. Of course, if you are an employee who work, even if you own a business, it's pretty much impossible for you to leave for more than a month. But of course, when you're retiree, you just discover the world and you travel all around. So that's a perfect cruise line for that, Holland America, for
I
example.
have a marketing idea for Holland America that could
Oh
help
boy,
increase their sailors. They should
I'm
give
afraid.
everybody they should give everybody a tulip and a pair of wooden shoes when they board. No, that'd be
No,
like their thing, like little mini wooden shoes, like Holland America swag on it, and then the tulip. Yeah,
my lord. You see, that's why I don't let him speak too much.
yeah, smart man.
Great brand for people above 65. So and then what else did we talk about? Oh yeah, celebrity, we mentioned Virgin. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
So that would
princess.
be
Yeah.
tier number 2, where a majority of people know. Then you have, for me, the tier number 3, when you have like brands like Cunard, for example. Cunard, the Queen Elizabeth, like when you see Queen something, that's Cunard, and they are known for the transatlantic, going from Southampton in England to New York, for example, back and forth, or the other side, or the Pacific also. So they are known for that, and they are an upscale for the rest when it comes to kind of rooms, when it comes to the service, when it comes to the food and things like that. So Cunard is definitely a brand that is, for me, it is a little bit higher than those that you just mentioned. Also, age average 55, 65, I would say, and above. So yes, again, because the transatlantic, most people cannot do that if they work. So that's the reason why. But I would put them there. Right on top of that, maybe tier 3, or probably maybe tier 4. I would put newer brand like Explora, for example. Explora, I would like to put them there. Ocean Viking cruise, not River Viking, but Ocean Cruise Viking. I would put them there as well. Oceania, Silver Sea, definitely tier number 4. I would put them there. Yeah, so that would be the tier ahead, and those are known to be better in the sense the ships are definitely getting smaller, so a lot better ratio between sailors and workers on the ship. So you have a better service. Some you have butler service automatically included. You have specific like a port of call. So you stop at port that you don't stop with the other brands because they are smaller. So they can access ports that other bigger ship cannot access. They do a lot of immersion for the locals. So, they have like even some excursion when you go eat at someone's house in a specific country and stuff like that. So you have those kind of specification. Oceania are known for that, for example. You have Oceania very known also for quality of wine, quality of food. So they are like extremely known for that. Explora, I would say the same. Explora is a newer brand. They only have 2 ships currently, but they are getting two more the next 2 years. Explora ship, just Google it. You will be amazed by how beautiful those ships looked. Years ago, that was when they started 2 years ago. They had a lot of issue with entertainments because they didn't hit the mark, but they get better and better. The last feedback I got from a client 2 weeks ago is that they are actually getting way better in their entertainment. So that's good, and they have like a 1.5 to 1 ratio. So like one sailor, 1.5 sailor equal 1 worker. So it's pretty great, service wise. Oceania, like I said, Silver Sea. All those are just beautiful, beautiful ship that I would highly suggest you to do your research. And they have like specific destinations, and of course you can always contact us for more information about those cruise line. Then I would say the two higher, like brands that I personally think are the two higher for cruise lines. I'm not talking yacht, all right? I'm going cruise lines. I would say Regent and Seabourn. Regent and Seabourn, I would say, are the two most luxurious class of ships and or of cruise line that you can have, where you have the best entertainment, the best food, the best service. You have butler service. You are treated like a king on the ship. Excursion are outstanding. Is very different than any other ones. So if you want to do something very specific in Greece, of course, Seabourn are known for Antarctica as well. So if you want to go to Antarctica, that's definitely one of the two brands I would choose, them and Atlas. So yeah, definitely those two brands are for me the two highest, the two more luxurious brand that I would suggest as a for my agency. All right, but again, it doesn't mean that the other one are not good. It means that you have always something better. So for some people who are listening, they may think, oh, you missed some brand. Well, I guess that you're thinking Atlas, you're thinking Windstar, you're thinking Ritz-Carlton, and things like that. Those are in a class by themselves, like more a yacht class. I'm not saying they're better than the top tier for cruise line, but I would put them in their own category. But they're definitely luxurious brands, small ship, amazing itinerary. If you don't know Windstar, we had an interview with Janet Bava like a couple of months ago. She's fantastic. She works there as a head of commercial, or I'm sorry if I miss her title, but I think she's C chef something officer, but I don't know which one it is. Commercial officer, I think, or something.
She's high up. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's definitely high up
and
there.
she's fantastic. And there's one that I really love is the Japan cruise. So it's from Alaska to Japan. They are really known for that. Windstar. So that's definitely one. Atlas, very known for different, definitely for polar destinations like Antarctica, like I mentioned, Seabourn or Atlas would be the two I would choose. Also for Arctic, very, very, very strong over there as well. So you can really have tons of differences. And then you have all the private yacht, which we always also do with the agency. If you, for example, go to Croatia or you go to, I don't know, South Africa, anywhere in the world, New Zealand, and you want to have rent a private yacht for 20, 30, 40 people, we do that as well. We have all the contact to do that, but that's another category again. But you would be surprised or inexpensive it can get when you go with a large group. We had Amy recently as a guest, like a couple months ago for Kensington Tours. So again, we can propose so much more. Kensington Tours, they do land and cruises, but private. So it's more yacht. But they can do the best itinerary for you. And she mentioned you can do 10 days in Greece Island on a private yacht with a captain, and it would cost for 20 people for 10 nights $8,000, all included. So $8,000, it's a lot less than majority of the top tier 3, 4 I just mentioned, while having a private yacht to sail on with 20 people. Of course, you need to be 20 of them because they have a price. So in this case, it's $160,000 for 10 days. But if you're 20, it's $8,000 per person.
Yeah, right.
So when you think about if you go as a group, think very carefully about, because you may be able to afford something with a totally different kind of experience with a private chef, private captain, and have like a better experience. Be able to stop anywhere you want. The captain bring you to places that you cannot stop with normal ships. You want to stay an hour more. You do it. The captain has the key. So you just said, hey, come back at 5. At 5, we want to stay 2 hours longer. All right, we leave at 7. That's the advantage to have those private experience for a lesser price than some of the ship like a Seabourn, a Regent, a Windstar, and all that for that kind of 10 days, cruise. So always thinking, that's why contact us and tell us what you are willing to do. I'm thinking about this because I'm doing currently like a quote for a group of 40 people to go to Croatia for a week, and they want to rent a yacht and go around, and they worry about the money. They have a great budget, but they were worried, can they fit that in? But fitting that in, it's absolutely no problem when you are 30, 40 people. It's going to probably cost them, I would say, like ballpark, I didn't finish the quote yet, but $5,000 per person plus the flight. And they will have a private yacht to just sail around Croatia. So you cannot beat that for any cruise line. So this is something to think about. But I hope that by explaining, I know I talked a lot, and that's why my voice is. But I hope you understand there is more than just those 4 or 5 brands that you know. And there are more categories, and even after that, there's more. I didn't mention the river cruising, of course. The river cruising, you have Ama Waterways, Viking, Uniworld. I forgot the Avalon. Sorry, you have Pennant. Ponent is also doing actually ocean cruise, if I'm not mistaken, but they are known definitely for river cruising and others. Like in 2 years, Celebrity River Cruise is starting in 2027.
It's crazy.
From Amsterdam. They're gonna release actually anytime now, like this week, next week. They should be releasing their price list and their first. And we have already a group who is ready to enroll with more than 20 people. So excited for Celebrity River cruising to start. But it's totally another thing. But that's just to let you know and to make you realize what's possible to do. And I didn't even mention Disney. I don't write down everything when I talk, but Disney cruise, I would put that probably in the second tier with Celebrity, Virgin. They may be just a little bit above, depending a little bit what you're looking for, of course. But yeah, so you have tons of them. I apologize if I forgot one or two, but you have more choices that you think of. So make sure to talk to a travel agent, and they will be able to guide you based on your situation, your need, your budget, your configuration, how many people, etc., etc.
Yeah, I think that was extremely helpful, and hopefully widen the aperture for many of our winners, our listeners, to know what's available, because there is so much. There's the ports, the destinations, the ships, the food. Do you want to dress casually, formally for dinner? Those sort of things. There's so many factors that go into it. And, I think for most people, they just want to have a great time. But what can be stressful is all the planning and trying to decide, especially if they're not as familiar, which many people aren't, of all the different options out there. So why wouldn't you use somebody from Nick Menard and Associates at Dream Vacations to help you plan the cruise? Because they're the experts. They know it. And guess what? It's not going to cost you anything extra than what you could see and what you get online. So you have nothing to lose, but a lot to win by calling Nick Menard and Associates with Dream Vacations, who are also sponsors of today's episode. Thank you for that.
You see that?
Hey. Once or twice.
I know, right? So I hope it was a good summary for what's possible. And again, I'm thinking about a couple of other ones as we speak now, but yeah, just you have a great idea of the tiers and what is possible in each of them. You can have a great time on a Carnival one, and usually something that I want to add. I hear people saying, "Oh my God, I love Carnival so much. We sailed 6-7 times with them." I'm like, "Great. What else did you do?" "Oh, we never been on another one."
Yeah.
Well, if you drive, I should not start that. But if you drive a Kia. Yeah. And you have like 4 or 5 Kia in a row and you never have a problem with it, which is totally possible and fine, and you say that's the best car ever, well, if you never try another one, you will never feel the difference. It's the same with cruising. I mean, I'm happy, and I know some people who are crazy Royal people, like Royal Caribbean. They are selling 20, 30, 31 because they have they get a certain loyalty, program. Just don't forget, majority of cruise line will match the loyalty of competition. Or something to think about. And loyalty rarely is worth not selling with another one anyway. Because when you look at the top loyalty for some cruise line like Royal, not to bash them because they have their quality, but the top of that is that you get 4 drinks for free during the day. And yes, if you're a casino player, you have free drink at the casino. And you get 20% off internet or something like that, and then you get a free specialty dining for a 7 night cruise. But I mean by that, it's when you look at it, it's literally nothing. That's maybe a total of $100 a day that you save. Yeah. So don't be stuck with your loyalty program, and ask your travel agent. I have a emerald or a platinum status with X. I would like to try this one. I cannot guarantee you, but I can almost guarantee you that I will call my rep in that cruise line, and I said, hey, I have someone here who is like a loyal sailor with X. They would like to try yours, but they would like to match the. I would be shocked if they don't say yes before I even finish the sentence.
Yeah, because they wanted to try to win that person's
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
So again, we don't expect you to know all those details, but that's why you need to use a travel agent.
There you go, winners. You heard it here. So take advantage of it and get that Wanderlust itch scratched on that one. So there you go. All right, that'll do it for this week's episode. Thanks to all our winners for tuning in. And please be sure to share, subscribe, and follow 2 for the Win on your favorite platform. And we will see you next Wednesday. Be well.
Bye, winners.